I get that entirely.
I mean, I'll be
got
honest.
Nitro, and yeah, I got it right when
gets...
PGL did his naming thing, and I just went 1, 1, 1, 1.
Hey, I have a question. We're live now because that's how we go live. Like just random bullshit.
God!
I just want to know. I just want to say, Wingnut looks, a lot like Bono should look.
Hell yeah, baby!
I'll take the compliment I got from Merc yesterday. I look more normal than he thought I would.
Wait, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
I know that the last time you were on stream with us, you kind of wrecked your sunglasses. Did you get new ones just for us?
Look at that!
No, I got new ones for the AT.
Hold on, he just pulled.
You're getting the sloppy seconds.
That was a Belushi right there.
Really, the question isn't about. The question isn't about Wingnut's sunglasses. It's about Wingnut's green screen.
But you can't really call it green screen.
I know, it's not really.
Have you actually managed to fix your curtain yet?
We'll see if we
hold on.
you out.
Good old sign-in screen.
By the way, there are
it's
two
stuck to the roof. It's
still taped to the ceiling. Oh,
it's sticky taped to the roof. Let's go, boys.
It's still there. Okay, he hasn't fixed it yet.
That's a beautiful thing.
So good thing
I've also moved house since then.
Twitch stream working. I've got to get the Discord talking heads set up here, just fixed. So
I've legit moved house and still done this.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
we're very sorry, but
I'm trying to figure out if the link is dead or
it's always technical difficulties.
Well, no, it's because we're in public voice and not in live. Or
yeah, that's why.
That'd do it.
So yeah, let's all.
We're all moving over.
Let's all move.
Elo rating. Oh,
look at that! We thought we had something broken.
While Eric wasn't.
No.
What?
Wingnut was first into the actual channel.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
And he was celebrating.
Esports, baby.
Esports.
I don't.
Hold on. What's the term that some companies use? Esports ready.
Clearly an elite Discord user.
Elite.
I swear what the
fuck. I was like, why does that work?
But can he commentate his Discord user?
Commentate.
Commentate?
Can you describe what you've done on Discord to us, Wingnut?
What I've done to you on Discord? What have I done to you on Discord? I don't know.
Oh, by the way, we have a very important announcement.
What you've done to us on Discord.
Very important.
What have I done to you on Discord?
You haven't done anything to me. What have you done?
I want a gold mic like Wingnut.
I'm so confused.
I am so confused. I'm with you, Wingnut, on this. I am fucking so confused.
We're stopping trying with that joke and we're just moving on.
I don't know what he's getting on about.
Okay.
He's just talking shit.
We have to take a vote.
Eric would like to announce that he is not responsible for the bridge collapse in Pittsburgh. That was not one of his drivers. He completely categorically denies any involvement in that. You can't prove a thing.
It was. I think it happened in the early AM hours, and that's some sort of stupid county bridge, which I think is in Frick Park, which is probably just used by golf carts. I need.
That makes it all better.
Yeah, I need a vote. Should we just kick Void because first time chat viewer, and he just asked when the meta show is. I mean, seriously, what are we? I mean, really?
Get rid of him.
We are the meta show.
We're the opening act.
We're the opening act.
We are not their hype people.
Oh, they're hype people.
We are our own thing. And we will be independent about it because, goddamn, we want to be.
Yeah. So, by the way, no, it's
honestly, and truthfully, you guys are my therapy group.
Hold up.
By the way, hold on, Void. It's not a big deal. We're just teasing you, man. It's cool. It's all cool.
Dude.
He's panicking, oh god, I pissed off.
We are our own thing. We will be independent. What is this sudden, should I start calling you Durkerall or what?
We are a strong, independent alliance. Our values make us different.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear fucking
By the way, VexTac has an announcement. There's a bunch of goons in RG9-7U. He would like the people who own that ESS to come defend it, but he's just asking. If anybody
Do
can
we
help him
care?
out.
And
I want people to come to Dell.
in all seriousness, we should answer the when is the meta show question just to prove that we're not taking
It's
that
in 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Or 2
Oh, did
hours,
I already do
54
that?
minutes. Yeah,
Alright.
I said it, but
Well.
we got to be clear.
My bad, I messed
Okay.
up. My bad.
Nope.
I'm in the wrong here. I can accept it. I'll hold my hands up.
There you go. Hold your hands up.
See
Don't
that?
shoot. Right.
See that? A goon Diplo with humility, and it's not
That
a rare
proves
Hey,
that
look,
I
a
am
unicorn!
not lateral.
That's a fucking unicorn, mate.
By the way, I'm here with my Costco brand coffee cups. Drinking coffee.
I just want to point out, Radicos, no, we can't hear you because you muted yourself.
Well done.
Vextac, update us where you want the next ESS defended. We'll be happy to announce it.
Probably defending from me, to be honest.
Wait, did someone give Radicos roles to actually speak in here?
Who?
No, I don't think so.
No,
No.
it
Where
looks
is
like
he?
a local mute rather than a.
I have no ability to give roles here, so
It's
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Fair enough.
I just didn't see him. I was doing so many things pre-game. By the way,
check.
Sot, you can.
Yeah,
There we
now
go.
we can hear
Hi.
you.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome.
yeah, Mike checks out. He's been
Winkrut,
here for a while.
you're looking good, bro.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm having my best days right now.
Wingnut's got that gold microphone going on.
I know.
Oh,
I want
mate,
a gold
don't you fucking
microphone
know it.
now. So cool.
It's honestly just because I lost the cover to it, so I was like, "This is just this was underneath the cover." So I'm just gonna gold mic now that I can't hide.
Like, oh, it's too much bling. Like, I need to cover up the bling, otherwise people will think
People will
less
think
of
too
me.
much of me. People expect too much. He's got a gold mic. Surely he knows what he's doing.
Surely.
Surely.
Are
Yeah,
you
you don't want
telling
that.
us you don't know what
I
you're
think
doing?
he is Bono.
My
I'm Bono?
God.
I don't
All right,
know
where's
any
the
of his songs.
edge? Where's the edge, Bono?
Well, we were
I'm
counting
currently
on you
straight up
being
like
the
Goon.
edge.
You are the
McLeod.
edge.
You're the edge, McLeod.
Ooh,
There you go. Love the edge,
that's edgy.
especially in October. It's a good song.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Moving on.
Oh,
Alex, I'll have favorite U2 songs for 800. I think the first
What?
time I saw them, I was
oh,
like in
just for the.
I was like in, I don't know, 7th grade, 8th grade, one of the two. I can't remember. First time I saw U2. That means
Why does Wingnut kind of look like he looks like a budget Dr. Disrespect right now?
Been told that in the past. God fucking damn it.
Wow!
Motherfucker.
I
Wing
named
is a
him
good man, son.
a cooler looking Bono, but yeah, you can go with that, sure.
It's a drunk Bono or a really like budget Dr. Disrespect. It's one of the two.
Well, we're
You
budget
heard of
here.
Casey Neistat, by the way?
Who to what?
Have you heard of a person called Casey Neistat, by the way?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, he kind of looked like a cross between him and.
Apparently I look like a lot of people today. What the fuck is going on? Can I look
Well-
like me, please?
No, you don't look like you. I don't.
No,
Ah,
you're not allowed.
shit. Fuck. Also, yes, if you might notice, I'm Australian. I swear I am so fucking sorry.
Don't apologize
Are you
to
though?
anybody for
Are you-
anything on
Hold
the
it.
show.
Yeah.
Why are you apologizing? Because you're Australian.
No, the
Like-
apology was a joke 'cause I swore in the apology. Did you not get the joke?
Yeah,
No,
that's how you do
I'm
it.
American.
He's Australian, that's the joke.
We just blow shit up, okay?
See,
That's all we want to
the
do.
Australian thing is part of why you're so reminiscent of Bono right now.
Oh no.
Because you live on an island full of people the British consider criminals.
Nobody.
Actually, ancestors of criminals.
Yeah, but aren't you like the same in America though? Like they kicked you over there too. Like said the Puritans over there, we don't want them here anymore.
Yeah, but we kicked them back.
We don't consider relatives of criminals to be criminals themselves because otherwise, like the majority of the upper class would be criminals.
Majority, mate.
The majority
or at
of
least-
upper class in America
or
are
at
criminals.
least the immediate royal family.
And royals.
Hey,
and
if
many
you're going to
others.
be a criminal, rich family in the United States, at least if you come from, bootleggers,
I'm just
That's
going to
all right.
say, I thought we agreed last night not to talk about any royals that can't sweat.
I didn't agree to
Hold
shit
on,
about
royals
that. I
who
wasn't
can't
here.
sweat. What?
Guys, I have a very important message here.
Okay.
Orion's Lord, Wingnut is already rotated. Otherwise, he
I
would
would
be
be
the
upside
wrong
down,
way
yeah.
around for us.
Yeah.
See, they've already done it for you, Orion's Lord. They're looking after you guys. Make sure you guys don't feel any vertigo. I'm holding on with my feet as best I can.
Also, excellent U2 song.
It's never gonna end.
It just keeps going.
Carlisle Gaming wants to know what
I hope this character.
Wibla did wrong again.
Oh, sorry. Go for it.
So I'll let Arendis explain it.
Wibla did nothing wrong. That is a lie.
So apparently, and there may have been more to the story since what I saw happen directly, but apparently, when Mittens decided to kind of kludge hack Wibla's permissions back on, he put him in the channel that we use for broadcasting. And when Wibla broadcast, the bot in there said, "Wait a minute, you're not a director," and immediately kicked him out. So
What I modded.
he may
Skynet's coming,
have gotten,
motherfuckers.
he may have gotten properly set back up, but that's what happened.
As I
Free
understand,
Wibla.
he's
People
still
said
not
no,
in
essentially.
the right channel. Yeah, he needs to be he needs to be added back to the skirmish bot channel. Is basically what needs to happen. It hasn't happened yet because we had no pings
Eventually.
yesterday.
Free Wibla. Wibla did nothing
Free
wrong.
Wibbler.
No, Wibbly did nothing wrong. Somebody else did something wrong.
Terrible people.
It-
Goons
Or like
that's just more proof goons are terrible people. I think.
Somebody in
someone else
Twitch
did
chat
something
is
wrong
basically
here.
going blame me, and as if that
Approve.
wasn't
I
already
approve.
happening.
I approve.
People-
Blame Jack.
Absolutely, we blame you.
I'm just blamed for everything.
Hey,
nowadays.
we
Blame
blame
Yes,
you.
Dirk.
you are.
Okay,
Dirk
it's your
is our
blame.
punching bag.
Just saying, we
Well,
blamed you for that bridge in Pittsburgh that fell.
It is all your fault.
Yeah.
Honestly, Dirk, you know this as much as everyone else. If you're blamed for everything, you're blamed for nothing.
Exactly.
Well,
and honestly, at least if they blame me, they then end up buying me drinks when we meet each other.
Do you know the blame
What's
Canada
even
song?
better is if they're gonna blame you, you have no reason not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
They have carte blanche there straight away.
I mean,
Might
that's
as well
not good
go
in all
ahead and
cases, but
Go ahead and enjoy the crime because you're gonna get blamed for it anyway.
Oh wow, Brisk! Come on.
Oh, what a
I can at least stretch that one sentence denial out to 3 hours.
Brisk
Jesus.
Yeah, come on, Brisk. He's a Diplo, not a politician.
Aren't they the same
Let's
thing?
give him that.
No, one has a purpose.
And it's not the politician.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
Yikes.
Can't read
Brisk
very
does have a point.
What point does Brisk possibly have?
Diplos have to speak slowly because they know we can't read very fast.
Okay, yeah,
funny.
no, that does actually
Makes
that
sense.
stands.
Well, I mean, it's Brisk.
Okay, this dead silence is scaring the fuck out of me. Someone please say something.
Just
That's-
fill it. Yeah.
No.
Fill it.
No.
Well, someone in
You have
chat
to-
just asked.
You have to embrace the dead silence.
Oh, hold up. Someone in chat asked, I'll probably never have to see a fleet, but is there any good rules reading a grid or figuring out what you should blap first? You
answer
always
is always
shoot
the
Dirk
FC.
Cedille first. Shoot
answer is
Dirk
always the FC.
first.
Whoa,
FC, every time.
rude. No, actually, shoot the Logi.
No, you shoot
not always
the.
the case.
You.
I
It's
think I read-
ECM damps, then Logi.
No, it's always the
Unless it's
logic.
unless they're going through you like a ton of bricks, in which case it's a DPS race. You just kill DPS.
Like, by and large, shoot the logi, then shoot the boosts, then shoot everything else.
If you're
that's
going
a very
through,
basic rule of thumb. But
Shortcut
yeah,
the
if
whole
you can-
problem, mate. You just shoot the
Unless-
FC. Problem solved.
Unless
Yeah, that's
you
true.
see a shiny ship like a Macarial, then you shoot the Macarial first, and then lose the fight because you got baited and dropped by hacks.
You just put into my brain the return
no,
of the
no, you
Mac
sh-
song.
yeah.
You shoot the Marshal first, and you go at 0 onto Mike Flood's Marshal. Thank you.
Again,
You drop 100 Titans and just
baited on a
pose in
fancy
everything at
battleship.
once. That's how you do it, okay?
Yeah, that's the one. Drop 100 Titans and blows on the entire area.
Baited on a flash battleship.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want that Marshal anyway.
I mean,
Nobody ever
okay,
wants a
we have
Marshal.
lost
It's a Concord ship.
3 Marshals, and one of them was Indy. So yeah,
Yeah, but
if he
you
fit
know,
a Sino, he would have lived.
at least it wasn't something expensive like one of Soft's Macarials.
Right?
Lol.
Yeah, you know, I was actually told by Jay Amazingness to never use my FC Tango again, or he would get a heart attack.
So you used a Macaro.
Yeah. Yeah, some of us used to use A-type fitted FC Tengus. Because why not?
Yeah.
I still don't know how he found out.
Probably ship scans like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they saw what I fly on a daily basis.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Those moments
Jay
when
has been known to run ship scanner, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's one of those bits of like the legions as well, where you're running an X-type plated legion with a high-grade slave set, and you get told, don't use that implant set.
Why not?
Yeah, I was told
because
always
it's
at a
very
running
expensive to SRP.
No.
Well, when this
Yeah.
changed as well, that just reminded me the guy I used to fly with. He used to bring
See,
his
that's
ship
why
in.
I use that implant set, because it's a lot cheaper to just not die.
There you
Oh
go.
wow! Actually, very topical question in Twitch chat. Fleablock says, I know Brisk thinks the AT is boring, but is there a way to make tournaments more accessible to pawns like me? Or are those PvP abyssals as good as it's gonna get? Sothrusil, do you have any possible solutions to making tournaments more accessible to pawns?
I don't know. I mean, we could make a tournament that is on a special
Poor
server
games.
where you don't need to invest money into fits, for example. We could do that.
This sounds like an interesting idea. It's like sounds like you can prevent a bit of anger there.
Yeah, I mean,
Have a bit
the
of fun.
anger comes from all of the old tournament people seeing your rule set and getting really, really mad at it.
No, the
I'm with you
anger
there,
comes
Brisk.
from the random
I'm with you there,
idiots
Brisk.
talking about
I
how
got
you
it
seed
exactly.
the tournament.
You got it exactly. That's perfect.
Hungry Games. That sounds like a pretty good name. Have you got a better one, Soft?
I
I'm not
swear to
sure if I
God,
can
if you
beat
do
that.
not get this right, I will
Hanger
beat you with
Hanger
tournament
Games.
points.
Angry Games.
Hungry Games. Angry
We're almost there. I feel like we're almost there. We're so close.
Close.
Sneaking, closer and closer. Alright, no, I'm dropping the Reddit thread in Twitch chat now.
Oh no, the veil is gone.
Well, then clearly you don't need to talk about it here.
Shit, you're right. What am I doing here? See ya.
Needs to talk about it here.
I need to, but I don't have any talking points.
It's your thing. You need talking points to talk about your thing.
Right. Soth, I don't know. I don't know if you're just trying to confuse or trick people. This show never has talking points.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
You're correct.
Sothrasil's here to, suggesting that he can't talk about the thing that he created and runs off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Come on, even
Be able to do
Brisk
that,
is
mate.
fucking roasting us. Come on, Soth.
See, I can only really get talk about things freely when I get really mad about them, right? Can't really get mad about my own rules.
Of course you can. Or at
You
least
can
you
defend
get
your own
mad about.
rules. Well,
Oh.
I have a question. Is this why you called it the Younger Games? Because you were really, really angry when you made it.
No, why don't you explain the rules as if, you
we're
have
all
to
a bunch of
explain it to
idiots.
Zenuria.
Because we are.
All that.
We are a bunch of idiots.
Wow.
This is where
Could do
Sothrasil
that.
talks slower
Good
than
job,
I do.
Soph. Good
and-
job.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're doing the anger games again. If you don't know what it is a tournament.
We're sorry for you.
That too. A tournament run by players with the help of CCP by giving us access to the Thunderdome server, which means
Prizes.
you don't risk losing fancy ships on the real server, but instead you invest 2,500 plex to sign up a team, and you get access to the Thunderdome server.
Yeah, fucking lord, he really is terrible at this.
Signups will start next weekend on Saturday at 1700 ETH. So if you want to sign up, well, be there and be ready to post fast, because we only have 32 slots for teams. And there's a lot of interest already. So be fast, get your team together, and do read the rules, because we did change quite a few things this year. For example, we did change the way bans work, especially for the finals. We also added some new interesting rules that we haven't really seen in EVE yet. For example, a duplication rule that makes ships more expensive to fly the more you have of them in your team, right?
Ooh.
So a
yeah,
non-fixed Highlander rule.
So what that means, the duplication rule especially, is per ship hull. So if you want to bring 2 Nighthawks, which is a thing that we've seen in the Alliance tournament, we saw it a lot in the last Anger Games as well.
And the Alliance Opens too.
And the Alliance Opens, it's been a popular kind of thing for the way things are. But if you bring 2 Nighthawks, then those Nighthawks are 1 point more expensive each. So a Nighthawk starts off at 22 points off the top of my head.
No, 26.
26 points. But if you bring 2 of them, each Nighthawk is 27 points. Bring 3 of them, each Nighthawk is 28 points. So it kind of goes up in the scale. You can only bring 3 of any one ship size, so 3 battle cruisers, 3 cruisers. Logistics are exempted from that rule. But also we've got an interesting ban rule for the logistics as well, right, Soth?
Yeah,
Once one of the Nighthawks blows up, you only got 1 Nighthawk, so is the remaining Nighthawk
still 28 points.
I just checked.
27
because
points.
you still have
self-destruct the last
2
one.
Nighthawks on your team, right? Even though one blew up, the points don't change.
The points are calculated at the start of the match, and they don't change just because one blew up. One blew up, it was worth 27 points. The other one is still worth 27 points.
So for the bans, last year we tried to skirt around teams easily banning the scimitar and getting rid of shield comms that way, because the Bazzi is kind of worthless. We tried to skirt around that by allowing the Etana, which introduced a whole lot of issues. So instead, this year, we are only allowing 1 Logi ban per team. And no Etana.
And how are the bans working overall, Sothrasil? How do people do bans in this format?
Oh, the bans are fairly simple. They are just 3 blind bans from each team, and if there are duplicate bans, then per duplicate ban, each team gets another blind ban.
And how many cycles does this go through? Is this like...
Oh, just one cycle.
Can you duplicate this ad infinitum?
No. Once you had your duplicated bans, that's it.
I have a question about the sign up cost. If that's okay.
Yes, questions are okay.
If it's not on this show, are we really going to care, or are you going to ask it anyway?
Well, okay. So you said that the sign up cost is 2,500 plex, right? If I purchased, say, an NFT for 2,500 plex, can I use my NFT?
No, go away. No NFTs. No, fuck off.
Is that how Internet pays SRP now? Is with NFTs? Starshine just hands you an NFT of like
of your
Pando.
kill mail.
I want to sell
would've-
a AT NFT, please.
You can sell it to somebody who actually gives a shit about NFTs. No,
Yeah,
thank
I mean,
you.
someone said that, and it does. So I'm, looking there.
I always thought that Space Monkeys would have, gone, full on with the ape
Space apes.
NFTs.
Come on, Space Monkey
SMA's
don't have
dead,
money
though.
for that.
That
Space Monkey
doesn't
don't have money
matter.
for that shit. You know that. They've always been poor.
It's not like they were alive before they were dead anyway.
Yeah.
Interestingly
So-
enough, Zippo
Just
Zap
to-
Zap in Twitch chat, real quick, horrendous. Zippo Zap Zap says, asking about NFTs should be an instant ban from any tournament. Sothrasil, what's our take on NFTs in the Anger Games?
No. Absolutely no.
I agree.
we would
CCP should
rather-
be banned from tournaments.
We would rather kill the Anger Games than include NFTs. Thank you.
Thank fuck.
We're not interested in your pyramid scheme scams. Go away.
Honestly, Zenaria, I don't know. There has to be something that really pisses me off that week.
Feed and go. SMA was a great target during those days.
So, Soth, just to double check, this is all taking place on TQ, and everybody needs to have everything that they're going to use, right?
No.
Oh, shut up!
No.
Horrendous, that's just gonna tank my fucking... Officer mods are gonna be expensive again. I need my officer
Yeah, boy.
guns.
Well, officer mods are not allowed.
No,
so...
that was me queuing Soth up to re-explain to people how it works, which he's
Oh.
not doing because he's bad at this shit. I swear, Soth, you were the least efficient German I have ever known.
I know, right?
Is that okay
How many
for
You guys
do
are you guys are fucking killing me. Okay,
I know, right?
you're
Oh,
fucking
shit.
killing me.
Oh, shit.
Are you trying to
Kills
sell
me
this?
every
Are you-
time we try and do
Are you
this.
trying to sell this, or are you trying to be as boring as fucking possible about the Anger Games? Let me ask you, because I really want to know.
Sure.
All right,
I'm not sure,
Brisk,
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 because
they are trying to sell it, but they're not trying to sell it to the customers. They're trying to sell it to some other venture capitalist. They're trying to flip this shit at this point, I think.
For NFT.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to happen right now. In less than 2 months,
That's not
what you've
true.
been waiting for your entire lives is about to happen. What is
That's
it?
not true.
Get
What's
angry.
happening?
We're on a timeline.
What could it be?
Get angry!
It's Anger Games 5 coming May 28th to the 29th to a Twitch stream near you. Now, what makes Anger Games better than the Alliance tournament? One, there are not a bunch of random nerds talking over all the chat. We get to watch a fight. It's fun. Two, Sothrasil puts it together, and you guys all know that if there's one thing he can do besides growing amazing hair, it's running tournaments. Three, Dirk is here, and it's possible that he'll get so excited by the Anger Games that after the first match, he'll talk an entire paragraph in less than 6 days. It's going to be amazing. Guys, this is going to happen. Now, here are the details. Let me tell you what's going to happen, all right? Sign-ups begin February 5th at 1700 Eve. They'll be open for 2 weeks. They close on the 19th at 1700. The process is similar to last year, and sign-ups
sounds like he's
require
reading a script from
2,500
someone.
plex per team. That's it. That's all you need. 2,500 plex. Do you know how little that is? That is
That's like $5 or less.
less than $5 People are asking, how can I be involved in a tournament? Well,
This is your
but I'm
way
a
in.
poor Brisk.
This is how,
How can a
motherfuckers.
poor be involved in a tournament? Well, here it is. Here's your opportunity.
There's gonna be many
Even
teams.
the poorest of the poor can
people
scrape
too,
together
right?
$5
So-
billion.
I would like to take this opportunity now to heartily congratulate Dirk and Sothrasil. That was probably the most hilarious "Let's Get Brisk to Do It" I've ever seen.
You sons of bitches. How dare you?
It worked though, didn't it?
Is Enid gonna field a team, Brisk?
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will.
But you guys don't have
Operation.
Melinda anymore.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, right, we got guys that want to do this. You know, Kenny's
didn't
all
say they'd be
about
good.
tournaments and stuff. So I'm sure, they can go ahead and they'll do it.
I just want to point out, unlike in the AT, you don't have to make your team just from your alliance members. You can
Can be
mix and
anybody
match
you
however
want.
you want.
Find a
That's
captain.
the great thing about it.
Sign up to the team. Be a captain. Grab
mean-
grab seven of your closest friends. Have your captain sign up, and then go
Steal the
for
risk
it.
and run.
Make a run. Why not?
I mean,
The
if
best
you
part
want-
about the Anger
team, like,
Games is
we
because it
have
doesn't take
guys
place on
from-
TQ. Nobody is trying to scam you. You don't need to come up with random names for your team like Vidra Reloaded. You can name it whatever you want.
Wow.
They
There
I
you
made
go. That's a
names-
good way to talk.
They're still gonna do it though.
Yeah, but our team is named Ramrod Reloaded. Brisk.
Well, that's funny. You didn't do that to create a new alliance or something. That's just
Oh,
a
hell
funny
no.
team name. I like that.
Yeah,
We
it's actually because we were Team Ramrod the last year, and now
Ramrod
now that,
shenanigans.
Ramrod Shenanigans, and now that we have split because there's going to be a wild card team, now I had to make up a new name, and I figured Ramrod Reloaded would be pretty good.
Hang on a
That's
second.
funny.
Hang on a second.
That wild
So, I
card
like
team
that.
has nothing to do with any organizational. Just for clarity.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, they're not a. It's not wild cards team. It's just like Avery Luce's team. Show me now.
It's because some people's hopes
How
up.
many
They had
people in the Anger Games? How many people on a team?
7 people per match. We allow a roster of up to 20 people per team for Thunderdome access. But you've got theory crafters and stuff behind the scenes. They don't have to be
Right,
submitted
and
on
you
your
can
roster
have
if they're just doing
alternates
things.
so that you can.
Yeah. Like I say,
In
7
case- in
people
case you
per
need to.
match, but up to 20 people rostered for Thunderdome access.
Brisk.
Yes.
Rampage should get all of the CSM together to do a CSM team.
Oh dear Christ, no.
The
I- see,
CSM
this-
is
you know
not
what
gonna
happened?
allow
Because I want to
that.
see
You know
how
what would
fast you
happen?
guys shoot each other.
That's exactly what would happen. That would be the first thing. Like Mercanam and I would kill everyone else.
Well, you'd show
Hobbies would probably end up beating us all in the end, but we would definitely kill Goblins and Billy first. 100%.
Honestly, I think you guys all show up in barges. Like, what? I thought this was a mining op.
So I had a question
Ken would.
about
Barges aren't
the,
allowed,
uh,
unfortunately.
Fine ventures then. God damn.
about the E-War rule. Now, is this just for ECM, or is it for tracking disruption and remote sensor dampeners and whatnot? Does that can I be in an Ishtar or an EOS and use tracking disruptors?
Right, you can be in an Ishtar and use tracking disruptors. You can't script tracking disruptors. There are no scripts for offensive modules, only local modules. So, you could script a remote sensor booster. You can't script a sensor dampener. So things that cause negative effects to other players, can't script them. Things that are positive to yourself or other players, you can script those. That's fine.
And
Yeah, I like that.
ECM
No extra
is
thread
special
rule. I like
as
that.
in that you can only fit ECM to ships that have a bonus to ECM.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
why I
ends up
asked, 'cause I
with,
saw
the
that and I just wanted to make
Blackbird and the
sure.
Falcon.
then
Basically,
you
you
coulda-
can only fit jamming modules to ships that get a bonus to it.
What
I think
about
it'd be
ECM
interesting
drones?
to limit tracking disruptors and sensor dampeners
You-
to ships that can fly them.
You can use jam drones, yes, Wingnut.
Oh god, heresy!
Yes. Yes.
Did you just say you can use gendered drones? What the fuck, Dirk?
Well, I mean, if you want to call your drones by their pronouns, that's up to you, Arendis.
That's up to you,
That's
yeah.
just weird. Why are you sexualizing drones?
I
If
think
anyone
Eric's
uses
not
the
here,
the
fucking
one that
woman,
sexualized it.
Is he French?
Nobody's
Dirk is
going to France.
They gender everything because of their nature of their actual language.
Well, so do the Germans.
Yep.
And it's run by a German, so...
No, well, there you go.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
That
All
makes,
right, then we're blaming
that
software
makes
for this.
sense.
I
Of
see
course
how
we
it is.
are.
No, we're blaming Dirk.
So,
Dirk's just
question,
trying to get
like,
us blamed for everything.
is Macario worth 9 then in the tournament? Because Sauce running it?
No, it's worth a lot more than 9.
9?
God damn it, Dirk. The correct response is, of course,
So
9.
what's interesting is the addition of the Black Ops battleships. Like how much more they're worth now. They're 31 points. That's pretty. That kind of that'll make
they
Mira
took a jump
and
in
the Widows kind of
valuation.
go sad face.
Well, I mean, the
Additionally,
Black
with
Ops
attack
class
battle cruisers and recons. And why did you do this to my Punisher? Why did you do that? I don't like
because your Punisher deserved it. But yeah, like Black Ops battleships took a buff in EVE Online generally, like last year sometime.
Yeah,
and we saw that they were like the Widow has always been really strong. We didn't want to do particularly specific rules in terms of battleships or other ships apart from your Punisher because you like the Punisher.
So it's kind of cool. I'm looking
Yeah.
at the trig section, and you kept the points the same for Leshek, but the Draugr is 8 points, which I think is the same from the last, but I think it'll be actually used. Unlike in the AT.
It's more than the last.
So the difference
it's
is
8
that
was the last. There's no change in the Draugr.
The difference
not
is
the Draugr,
in the last Anger games we had a rule that you could only bring one Triglavian ship per team.
Yeah.
We got rid of that, so we had to increase the points on a bunch of Triglavian ships because now there's nothing else limiting you how many you can bring of these, right?
Right.
We pointed them down last time, so there's actual reason to bring anything else than a Leshek. And then we looked at the ships that were actually brought, even though they could have brought a Leshek, right? And those got pointed up.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You've also got to think that the Leshek is the single most expensive ship in the Anger games, right? Like, it's more expensive than a Marauder, it's more expensive than a Black Ops battleship, it's more expensive than a Pirate Faction battleship like the Macarial.
Ooh.
It's a very expensive ship because it is, we consider it to be just that strong.
In a 7-on-7 format,
it is
it
very
is
strong.
that strong.
As a Leshek enjoyer.
Oh yeah, I mean, nukes and smart bombs in the highs, full tank in the lows, like a massive amounts of DPS. It's way too good to not be the most expensive in a 7-on-7 scenario.
And then think that this year we added the duplicate rule, which means that bringing 2 Lesheks is going to cost you 72 points.
Oofda.
Yeah,
Ooh.
actually like that to be fair because we saw across the way we saw like Leshek plus other battleship setups. So I don't think it will affect that too much. But people trying to bring 2 Lesheks, have fun having no rest of the team, put everyone else in frigates.
I think it's going to help those teams who show up with like 4 people. That's who are going to do the double Leshek setup. The teams that show up with undercomped, pointed setups. Just because they don't have the people, but they wanted to feel a team anyway,
Mm-hmm.
And even then, double Leshek is nothing to sneeze at. That still sounds pretty good.
Yeah, very strong.
Hey, question.
I'd be interested to see
what
happens to the battle cruiser meta. Like,
yeah,
we saw a lot of Nighthawks, for example,
Nighthawks, Sleipnirs, and I think we also got Claymores to replace those two as well.
Oh, that was just Localist Primary because somehow they perfected the Claymore Local comp somehow. We practiced against them and they used that and it was pretty good. It gave us a run for our money in our comp that we brought against them and they got fourth, right? Did they get the fourth in the AT?
I think it was fourth, yeah.
Yeah, they did exceptionally well, and it's kind of cool to see when other teams use like vultures or claymores, something else, because instead of seeing the flavor of the month, it's a little something different, give the audience something to kind of get interested in,
and also throw your opponent for a bit of a loop too, which is always really useful to do.
Yeah, that's 100% right.
But it will definitely this looks like this change of rules definitely affected a few comps we saw a lot of. Like one of my favorites that we saw last year was the Sleipnir broadsword setup, which was because everyone banned off. I think it was Loki.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then seeing I was like double slap, triple broadsword rush, and it's like everyone expects the rush. They didn't expect the broadswords with a 20-kilometer scram. It's like this will change that. I wonder how it's going to get adapted. But it's like it was honestly I love to see when these rules change how it affects the meta every time. It's always great to watch. I love seeing it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. What I was hoping to see was a strategic cruiser change, but I see that's the same.
We thought about a strategic cruiser change. We talked about specifically the strategic cruiser possibly being allowed to fit Logi again.
That'd be powerful.
Oh god!
And then kind of went, okay, that would need to make the points go up on a strategic cruiser kind of significantly because they are just so tanky, even with a Logi setup.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like even without the Logi, if you brought them down a little bit, I think you'd see them a little more, especially with your new rule of the stacking points rule. So it'll be interesting to see what people end up bringing here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Soth can speak to this as well, but we didn't want to change too much too drastically at once, Like there's making changes, but there's also you want to tweak these things and see how it goes, and then make changes again. So like the finals ban, the new rolling conquest thing that we've brought in this year is completely different to the ban setup that we had for the finals last year.
Okay.
And we're kind of we want to see how these things go, and then potentially tweak upon that. So next year we'll take another pass at points, and maybe the strategic cruiser gets a bit of a change there, depending on its usage this year. Like we definitely also did. I just want to say we definitely did take a look a lot when we were looking at points at usage in the last thing. In the last AG, we took a look at how often certain ships were used, how often certain ships weren't used, which fed into a lot of the changes.
Okay, cool.
And we also considered how viable things are to do with the tools we have, right? Is it actually technically feasible to do the rules we want to do? And how good of an experience is it for the viewer? So, for example, we were thinking of introducing faction sponsors to the team. So every team could pick a sponsor, and then every ship of that faction would be cheaper for that team. The problem was that would not be very open to the viewer, right? Because we would have to do it in like third-party tools. We couldn't do it like on the stream UI, because CCP would have to code way too much in to get that working for us. So that's why we got rid of that rule. Still an interesting idea, though, right?
Right.
Well, I like the sound of that. Do you mean like pirate faction, or as in like literal faction, like a Ma Minmatar level?
We had
literally it would be you
like
pick
Amar Navy.
Hell yeah!
It was going to be the Navy ships, and then obviously the pirate factions and stuff. But yeah,
I was thinking just a full race. Could you imagine making like something like Oracles and Abaddon's cheaper, and having seen the Oracle Abaddon's spam again?
Oh man, stop it!
Hell yeah, buddy! Big laser DPS. That idea is awesome. Yeah.
The factions would have been public, so you would actually get extra intel about your opponent, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's double-edged. It goes both ways. I always like ideas like that.
But yeah, we've collaborated a lot with CCP on kind of like figuring out what in the rules is possible and what is kind of like too much of a technical overhead. And have a certain amount of development time, especially for tournament stuff. It's primarily just CCP Aurora doing this for us, so we have to work with them to make sure that the plans
the hero that we want
are
and need
actually viable. Exactly. So yeah, it was a cool idea, but we couldn't do it this year. It's an idea that we've talked to Aurora about already, so like maybe we can think about resurrecting it sometime, but I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see on that one. But yeah,
to Fleablock, who's asking how to sign up, who to give plaques to, we do have the details on Reddit. You can also just join our Discord and ask them. There's many helpful people who will guide you through it. I mean, this is all set up for new teams in mind, right? It is all written out very clearly, and it's a very simple process. Which is just send the plaques to the right character once sign-up's open and post on the channel.
Sign up on Discord, yeah. We'll do the legwork as long as you can get things to the right place. So on that topic, Soth, how excited are you about the fact that we've brought Anger Games back for another year?
So,
oh man, it's so awesome!
You
just happy to see another tournament.
The thing is, it's kind of chilling now, right? Because we finally dropped the announcement. Finally things are happening. People can stop asking me about it because I mean, we have these plans for 2 months now.
And I've had a team built already for a month.
Can they stop asking you about it though?
They can. They probably won't.
Oh.
So yeah. We've had these rules on our hands for like over a month finalized. But we've been waiting because people said, "Hey, if you announce right after the AT, everyone is kind of forced to start training for it, right? So there's no downtimes for teams. That kind of puts pressure on people, which leads to burnout. And I mean, we want this to be fun for everyone involved, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we waited with the announcement, which kind of led to people continuously asking about the announcement.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I found out about it, I've had a team built now for a month, and we've been waiting every day, just hopefully getting in. We knew it was gonna be after the New Year sometime, but we didn't know how far. And so, last couple of weeks we've been. Was it going to happen today? Is today the day, as Ebel likes to say? So,
like we've been having questions, not just in the Anger Games server, but also in like a lot of the other servers that we are members of as well. Like it's just one of those things of like, okay, you get poked, and then you start saying, okay, we're pretty close. We're doing the final bits of tweaking. We've had the announcement written. We finalized the announcement Wednesday, but most of the announcement has been written for like 2 weeks, and like we were talking about the rules to make sure that was all sorted before we even went off for our Christmas holidays and things. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's been a long time that we've just kind of been holding because we didn't. Like Soth said, this is all supposed to be fun. It's all supposed to be engaging and fun, but we don't want to burn people out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about when you guys. I was looking at the dates, and I was like, "Oh, I remember last year in June, like we were." the AT was being announced, and
it's actually quite interesting because last year we did the Anger Games in April, I think.
Yeah.
But CCP dropped FanFest towards the end of April. There's this whole bit of like, okay, FanFest is happening, and we don't want to really push things too much earlier in the season because, again, downtime, and then you've got the practice time as well. Anybody who's not run a tournament team probably doesn't know, but
it takes a lot of fucking work.
You want about 12 weeks of practice roughly ahead of a major tournament in EVE, if you want to do it properly. So
well,
like we've got we yeah, they could. But we've got that kind of like practice time, and then we've got 3 weekends of tournament, which is, the majority of a month. And then CCP dropped FanFest right like early May, and we're going, well shit, that's basically exactly when we had planned to be in the middle of the Anger Games. Now we can't do that because we've got to work with CCP.
I mean, Dirk is understating that a bit. We had already picked dates in like early May to run things, like late April or early May. And 2 days after we picked the dates, CCP announced FanFest.
So yeah, a lot of the delay in this, a lot of the waiting was part of the whole bit of, oh shit, we need to not conflict with FanFest.
Or even AT for next year. That was one thing.
If that's happening later on in the year, which we understand it to be happening kind of roughly about the same time, that was less of a concern. We've always run Anger Games kind of, or tried to run it earlier in the year and work around the rest of the calendar.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to get in the way of like major player meets as well, right?
Right, exactly.
If Vegas happens, you don't want to be running a tournament on the same weekend as Vegas and force people who, especially with all of the pandemic shit that's been going on, you don't want to stop people going to places and seeing friends at the end of the day. There's a lot of just kind of like
more than we already are
with the logistics, exactly.
Yeah. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be fun to see all this go down. Thunderchild's only 23 points. Maybe we'll see some Thunderchild comps.
Radica, stop giving them all the ideas, okay?
I'm just trying to help out.
Everything's baked in, but like, I mean, part of the reason that we kept the Thunderchild at 23 points compared to a regular battleship at 25 is just because we don't see it. We haven't seen it yet. Like, next year we might need to like drag down the points even more if nobody uses it, because it's just not viable, obviously, at its point.
I think when we discussed the Thunderchild, it was literally like we could make it 15 points and still no one would bring it. So why put the effort in it?
Somebody suggested that we could make it 5 points and people still wouldn't bring it. So
I'd fucking bring that shit in a heartbeat. Look at that points. Hell yeah.
I'll bring it to opens.
And we did actually see one team bringing a full Edencom comp.
Yeah, that's true.
They got decimated in less than 2 minutes, so that's that.
They were an unmanned team, though. They brought like
no
8
was
players.
surprised.
Yeah, they didn't even have. Did they even have links?
No.
Or logistics?
They might have had a logi ship, but I'd have to go back and check. But they didn't have links, and they were like an 8-man team in a 10-person tournament. So if you can't trust your team captain, you're on the wrong team.
True that.
This is all community shit. If you can't trust your team captain, why the
get
fuck
a new team captain? Mutiny. Make it to Reddit.
No, none of that.
You know, it's
But,
like,
can
you trust Sothersil with your Plex? If you can't trust Sothersil with your Plex,
I wouldn't trust.
I mean, I have trouble
you
trusting
know.
Sothersil with a
last
tournament.
year I trusted mini skins with Sothersil, and he delivered them to the team. So I don't think we got to worry about him.
I wouldn't trust Sothersil with
last
my
year as well,
CCP NFTs.
was the fastest delivery of tournament prizes ever in the history of EVE tournament for the
Yes,
Angry
it
Games.
was.
So, you know, we're hyped about trying to do that again, at least.
Getting instant prizes. Oh yeah.
It depends when CCP managed to actually get the Mordu's victory skins in game more than anything
Well,
else.
they'll have them when they. I think February 8th is the day that we're expecting ships and skins.
Well, you might be
So.
expecting them. Some of us didn't get that far.
Didn't TNT make it farther than GSF this year in the AT?
No.
My team?
TNT did not make it further than GSF.
Oh man,
TNT.
You know,
TNT
I like me some Indy and some Douglar.
Okay,
I believe they went further than the
quite
initiative.
interesting practice against
I believe
TNT.
they went further than the initiative. The initiative got taken out round 1.
It got
in the
taken out in the
feeders.
feeders.
Yeah, I know. It was so fucking funny.
It didn't make it to the actual
I know.
primary tournament.
That was so good.
TNT were the only other Imperium team other than GSF to make it through. And also, GSF got a buy-in from last year's AG.
Wonder why that
is.
Why is that?
Considering how much time we spent avoiding the fucking rigged accusations.
I think
General
still
Stargazer. General Stargazer did absolute work making sure that all of the Goonswarm teams were reffed by somebody not in Goons.
I think we're still claiming 50% of Odin's call. So we had a 50% team in it.
Pretty good. They were pretty good.
You know, Melinda's only captaining Odin's call nowadays, so.
Melinda's a hero.
All I gotta say is fly marshals. Marshals are best.
I bought one last night, Mike.
Very funny, Mike.
Ooh, interesting question there. I'm not even going to entertain the option of involving the GMs in this. The GMs, no, that's not a thing. But is it possible for each member of a team to deposit their Plex individually to the Angry Games admin source?
No. Oh, I'm not soft. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't. See, this is why I revert to Soth sometimes with some of these things.
Right. I would say if it's less than 6 people, so 5 or less people that do that, then yes, but you need to be very clear what team those Plex are for. So everyone depositing for that team needs to put the team name in the comment of the contract, and they all need to spell it the same way, because I'm not gonna dig through all of that and message 10 different people to find out which team it is.
Is there, Soth, perhaps some sort of caveat on teams securing their place in the tournament?
Well, it all depends.
Would they potentially have to fully complete a process?
Yeah, there's also that. So you don't only have to contract over your Plex and manage to write out your team name in the contract, which apparently is very hard for some teams. We
had issues last year, yes.
Yeah, you also need to have your team captain post in the sign-up channel
on Discord.
Yes, on
our Discord.
With who's the team captain, in-game name, and also the team name, which apparently is also very hard to do.
And
I can't post in that channel.
Just, not yet, because signups haven't opened yet. Signups open next Saturday at 1700 Eve.
I know.
But the point there is, right, your team name, when it's posted in the sign-up channel, should also match all of any and all of the Plex deposits that are made for that team in the description of the contract. and you don't get a slot until we have all of the plex for that team, and the team has been posted in the signups channel. So, if you need to harass 6 guys to get your plex together, and they can't spell the team name correctly and things like that, your team is not going to be registered until it's fixed.
I think Wally Mart's feels called out right now.
Well, Wally Mart's is also going to ask people for feet pics, so Wally Mart's can feel called out for a second.
A question with the implants. So it's a 0, 1, 0, 2, and 0, 3. Does that mean I can't use Azores?
That means you can't use Azores, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Well, good to know. I just want to make sure.
And also no mind links.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
Yes, we already had this in last
which is
games.
which is a pretty standard.
And there he goes.
We
was cut off by CCP.
Yeah.
Well,
we already had this in last Anger games because we saw how powerful command ships are already without mind links. So we didn't feel they also needed them on top of that.
Yeah, so that's agreed.
Oh yeah, watching a Sleipnir boost from 0 to 100 every time is, it gets a little
Skybreaker's 4 points? Oh no.
No longer useful.
Probably
fine.
I mean, they're pretty good for screening, but they're no Punisher.
Well, but the Punisher is also more expensive now.
Why would you do that to the Punisher, Saul? God damn it.
That's why I said, come on.
Was it just the Punisher, or was it all the ships of that class and size?
No, like a Navy frigate is 1 less.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Pirate faction's the same as a Punisher. I mean, they might as well just make the Punisher a pirate faction frigate. I mean, come on.
Might as well, yeah.
Double.
Not everything is more expensive.
The reductions. The reduction ones. I like those. Definitely with the pirate faction, but like the cruiser navy, like that's really electronic attack frigs. That's huge, man. Heavy interdictors are less. Ooh.
Wait, you say electronic attack frigates are cheaper?
Yeah, 1 less.
Hyena, baby.
Yeah, boy.
That's already a pretty strong ship, and now it's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
no. Well, we weren't seeing them being used.
Yeah.
I think that's because you could use bigger ships. As what that could be used for. In the AT, it's a little bit different, but
with the Anger games, it was replaced by Loki. That was the situation we had there. Where everyone was rushing, and then they had the Loki filling the same role, but bringing more DPS to the table. But now they might be able to go even heavier on the top end, but then bring the Hyena as their one tackle boy. And with a good pilot, that will change a lot of things. Actually,
what I'm interested in seeing is you might notice that you can bring 2 logistics frigates, and the duplication rule does apply there. If you bring the same Logi frig, it does apply. So you
have to bring like a Deacon Thalia.
Do you bring Deacon Thalia? Do you bring Kirin Scalpel? Or do you spend the extra 2 points and bring 2 Scalpels? Right?
We're just going to bring a Vex for like Logi drones.
Do you bring a Drake Navy?
True.
Oh god, please no.
Drake is always the answer.
Drake Navy is triggering for me, especially against goons.
I mean,
what would possibly go wrong with that?
I don't know, create another AT team and a whole meme and Alliance fucking logo up by me.
That's a bad thing?
No, but it was kind of funny. It's like before we even the team was made, we're like, we already know what the team name is. Like before we even had a full team, they're like, this is what it is, Radicals. I was like, okay.
This is what I'm stuck with now.
And big props up to Gohan for making that logo. I've always liked that logo now. But being in a Drake Navy in any tournament, I'm not doing it. Never again. Once you boundary against goons and send your team right to losers bracket first round with a probably best outlook for a bracket, yeah, you just don't want to fly them anymore.
Oof, boundary in Drake Navies. Oof.
It's like straight into it, dude.
Fucking hell, man. It's like boundarying in a Baden, dude. Like, you gotta be really trying for that shit.
Well, you gotta be good at something.
Yeah, that's why Casper's known to be very good at boundarying. It's his one skill in life. Bloody hell. But yeah, these rule changes are definitely going to be interesting. I'm actually excited for a few of those now. The electronic attack frigate change. Jesus, like a Kitsune running around that's now a bit cheaper. Terrifying. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, yeah, a Sentinel. Oof. Like, if people bringing in top-heavy cores, a Sentinel is destructive. Utterly destructive to those comps with tracking disruptors.
I mean, I don't want to get too deep now into
I do.
Ship comps. Oh, well, I don't because I'm a team captain, so I can't.
You can't give away all the information.
I'm already doing points. Well, not even. That's what I'm doing as I'm talking to you guys.
Hey,
I'm already.
I'm looking for a team. Wingy needs a team. I gotta murder some people.
Oh, nice.
Okay, the sudden silence is always terrifying, guys. Please say something.
Oh no, I'm just writing a reason for a ban. That's all.
Oh, perfection.
That's always nice.
Congratulations to Cow for becoming. Congratulations to Cow for becoming the second person ever to be banned from the Anger Games Discord server.
And I mean,
bravo to Cow for being a dick.
I did tell him we could talk about this after this tournament, right? It was definitely not going to happen.
We had a
for
long
this
conversation about giving us, constructive feedback and ideas that we could implement within our means, and dude just wouldn't listen. I gave him a timeout, and he decided to come back and still be that person. So here we go.
Also, I approve of New World Order in the chat. If not, Hull Tanks are just cowards. Agreed. Hull Tank meta is the best.
And then throw whole bots around to wrap people. Great idea.
No, man. All DPS all the time. I mean, what's the difference price in Navy battleships and regular battleships? Navy Mega, baby.
A combat... Wait. Navy battleships to ordinary
regular
battleships.
Yep.
5 points.
Ooh. Interesting.
4 points. 4 points, sorry.
So it's the Punisher's worth, right? Or is it more?
Yeah. Battleship is 25, and a Navy battleship is 29.
Yeah, see, New World's on the right track here, buddy. Galento, Rush, all Hull Tank, that's fucking nuts. Who needs cargo space?
Oversized ships, so Macarials and Cinnabolts. Because everyone knows the Macarial is an oversized cruiser.
I mean, again, like the whole rule change, potentially, especially if you bring a hyena to back them up.
It would have been funny if we had pointed the Macarial that way.
Okay, again, stop
What,
being
what's the... My question is, I was just typing something up, sorry. Is opens, when do those start, and how's that going to be done? How's that going to be the outlook for that?
No pressure, right? So, we did reach out to a few teams and asked how they would like opens to be. The last Anger Games, we had just put a point on running as many matches as possible, while the opens for the Alliance tournament tried to get like a mini tournament of its own in every open, right? So everyone was like, yeah, no, we would much rather have as many matches as possible. So we will probably do it again that time, like last time. When though? We will see and decide after the sign-up phase is over. That's all I can say. Don't expect this to be like in 2 weeks to starting with opens. We will also start on Singularity with opens.
Say that again. Wingnut's posting in our Discord, so I'm like, huh?
Sorry, I was distracted to shit posting.
I would say expect it around March. I'd say.
Cool.
So definitely after the sign-up phase.
Mid-March or so.
Like a month.
I have to get back from France before I can start streaming things. So yeah, mid-March or so is probably the earliest.
Although we also have McCloud, who could potentially help out that.
It's one of those things. We'll figure it out. But the opens are vaguely intended to be an actual practice rather than match teams up who wouldn't normally go up against each other, rather than kind of doing them in that mini tournament style.
I think it's
was cool though. I enjoyed engaging with it, but like in terms of that whole giving new teams an option to get involved in tournament stuff, giving teams who wouldn't go up against each other a chance to do that, I think is probably more positive for our shtick.
Yeah, for sure.
It's also that the opens are as much a trial for us as they are for the teams, right?
Right, exactly. I just want to know how much you wanted to get in before. Excuse me. Before actual matches start happening. Because for the AT and for the last AG and AO, like opens was that was so much fun every Saturday, man. It was great.
Yeah, and we did some opens for the last Anger Games, and
it was awesome.
We want to keep doing that. It helps us kind of like dial in that stream option. But then we also last year had some stream hiccups, I'm going to say, that we kind of want to avoid this year as well.
I remember that one guy that peaced out.
I'm saying nothing about it, apart from the fact that we had hiccups and we want to avoid them this
year.
Day
one. Day fucking one.
5 minutes after we're due to go live is not the time to peace out. Thank you.
I can always nuke the elo calculator if you want for that cow guy.
Wow, that's harsh.
But yeah, thank you, and fuck 5 minutes after we're meant to start. I'm not saying who or what. That's just fuck that.
Yeah, that was not a cool situation to be in.
I will say that, like, for this year, we had somebody step in at the last minute because of the hiccups that we had. And it kind of... I have to say, I give Bay and Ithaca absolutely massive props for being willing to step in and help us out. And kind of
they are gods.
They are gods, for sure.
Yeah, Bay gave me a crash course on streaming just so that we could get the end games back up for the second weekend without having to rely on them. And that happened like midweek. That was like a Wednesday night, and Bay took a couple of hours to kind of talk me through all of that shit. So
as I say, as well,
absolutely
talking about
a ton of props to those guys.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I did.
Sorry, we're hoping to make it a bit more professional this time around. Yeah. Make sure that we've got like stream backgrounds and that we're not kind of building out overlays and stuff on the day. As a result, I will probably end up streaming it again just because, well, trust other people who aren't on staff and get shafted, I guess. But yeah, we're looking forward to it a ton, and we're hoping to use the opens to kind of dial that in properly. It's going to be good.
You want professionalism? Shit, I need to get out of here.
We want an attempt at it. We're
Bro,
not.
even that's too much. That's too much for me. I'm sorry.
We'll not insist. See you later.
I'm done. See you. That's me out.
I mean, realistically, all we expect for you is to show up and chat some shit. It'd be funny.
It's very true.
At least we'll have that. That's good.
Yep, we always get that.
Humor is a good start.
Oh yeah.
I gotta have a marketable skill. It's about all I fucking got. But yeah, as you were saying about Bay and Ithaca coming in and saving the day, like legit, they are probably one of the gods of the tournaments as well, like that and CCB Aurora. So if you're ever trying to run your own tournament, I know we're here to promote the Anger Games, but if you want to run your own and you want help, just give them an ask. Just ask questions. Hell, they might even help you.
Absolute heroes.
Exactly that. Like they are legit like legends of this shit. So much love, Bay and Ithaca. You're my boys.
I don't mind if we talk about other tournaments. We would love to see more people running tournaments. And we would also help you if you come and talk to us. Like I'm sure it's the same for Bay and Ithaca and all the other people who are involved in tournaments.
Absolutely.
Though you've seen how organized and efficient Salt has been about this today, so
yeah.
I don't know if help.
But no, we had a conversation earlier on in our Discord about there was a comment about how the tournament organizer clique is, and I think I want to comment on that a little bit because it's not intended to be a clique. We don't want this to be or feel like a clique, kind of like
honestly,
something you can't break into.
It's fucking not. I managed to get into this fucking shit.
It's small.
You mean a click?
Click. Yeah. Click.
It's like an in crowd.
Welcome, America. I had to translate for the Americans.
I'm
I know they're out there just blowing shit up. That's all they do. Americans blow shit up, and that's what they like to do. But yeah, I'm just translating.
But yeah, we don't want our organizer and our staff, kind of like the commentary community in that. We don't want it to be small. We want it to grow and be a really good thing and really positive and to have more shit going on so that, if the Anger Games wants to take a year off, somebody else just kind of steps in and goes, okay, yeah, I've got a tournament ready to go that would be cool anyway, But
I don't think it's a closed community as well. If you want to try it, you can fucking do it. If I can make it into the fucking commentary side of this bullshit, any of you fuckers with even a lick of talent can fucking make a tournament.
Just jump in and just say that you want to help out, and we'll find something.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, most of Wingnut's talents is actually just like in his sunglasses. So
exactly. If these come off, I have nothing. I'm done. I'm a nobody at that point. It's like, who the fuck's this guy? Fucking no glass wearing motherfucker.
Wasn't it? Was it for AT or was it for AG? Everyone wore sunglasses like you did. I can't remember.
Ah, fuck, I can't remember. It might have. I think it was AT because I got Jintan to do it. It was fucking hilarious.
I mean, I know that we all love seeing
Bye, Dark
stream with his running sunglasses as well.
Yeah, bye, Dark.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'll totally rock some sunglasses for mine.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Aviators.
Oh man, send them to me.
I was informed that we will probably not see Jintan on the commentator side this time.
He's running a team.
Yeah, he's running a team. He's
running a fucking team. Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm doing both, but
why am I joining your fucking team, Radicals? Just join his fucking team.
Wow.
With you? What the fuck?
Wow.
I gotta go join the fucking swag team. What the hell am I gonna be with you?
I mean, you can. We already have like a crap ton of guys.
Yeah, but do you have that Jintan suit? I mean, come on, man. I mean, we all know.
I do not.
You get one of those suits, man. I'm in.
My wallet looks like that, though.
Your wallet looks.
Well, if you make his wallet look like that, maybe he'll be in.
I'm gonna interject and say that Redbug 123 is just waiting on the Eve news Do we have any Eve news this week apart from the Anger Games?
Has any Eve news actually happened?
Like,
I
this
have
week
notes.
has unfortunately
notes.
been. Yeah,
I logged
news.
into Eve for the first time in 6 months.
Sib Squad
Wow.
Sib Squad and Inco are fighting fire right now, and it looks like a shit stomping. Not 100% sure. I'll get more on that in a second.
And it deployed last week.
That's not
news.
specific.
I mean,
We
very
deployed a while
little
ago.
has happened in EU this week, unfortunately.
Just this week? Are you sure?
I'm trying not to be too negative.
He's trying to be just negative enough.
Be gentle.
Do we have any update on NC's deployment to Venal? Horrendous, any update on NC's deployment to Venal?
I have an update.
There you go.
So during their deployment to Venal, Snuff
Their morale
Dreadbomb
deployment.
Frat. Yeah, their morale deployment. Snuff Dreadbomb Frat. NC and PL were able to show up quick enough that they ended up completely trapping Snuff's Dread Fleet and all of Snuff's TFIs.
Yeah, but did they actually manage to kill anything?
Oh yeah, Snuff got turbo fucked.
Oh, there we go. News. Snuff got turbo fucked in Venal for a
Well,
second.
no. This is in Vale. This is in Vale. NC came down from their deployment to help FRT.
NC
Well,
deployment
it's
is
not
big
part
enough
of their
to have
deployment,
deployment.
then.
Or they're big enough to have deployments now.
I
Or
mean,
still, I guess.
I mean, technically 20 people is the deployment.
Whoa.
I mean, we're going to a region that isn't what we consider to be our home. Is a deployment. Whether or not we consider them big enough to have a home, very different question, but...
I mean, if you want to be technical, I just wanted to bash NC dot.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't think you will hear any arguments from us now.
Oh no, isn't it great?
Could you do that? Oh no.
I've just been super smug ever since we put them 6 feet under in the Alliance tournament first round. So
Yeah.
feels good, man.
Didn't PL get knocked out in the feeders?
There was no PL
There
team.
was no PL at all.
There was no. Oh right.
Yeah.
My team was like, I had guys on my PL team.
You mean guys from PL on your team?
Or for the PL guys. Yeah, I don't know, man. I had the echo on for that, and now I was like listening to myself talk and shouldn't lose, but not
He's
good.
just fucking out of it, man. He's slowly falling asleep.
No, I'm not. No, I just well, actually, we're gonna be going to the dog park here as soon as this done. I'm super excited with our pup, so
Hell yeah.
hopefully he doesn't attack other dogs like he attacks our other dog. Not attack. I mean, he's just a puppy, you know, so he's just playing. But I don't condone those actions. Dogs fighting.
Okay.
Awkward silence.
What?
What was the thing?
So walk me through this best of 5 series here. So it says this match will cycle. We'll see 3 regular bans per team and 1 extra ban per team for each duplicate ban.
Yep.
That's normal so far.
The normal shit.
Yeah, but the rolling set of conquest bans, is that the new part of it?
That's the new part of it. Yes.
Okay, so the winner of any given team banned from using any ships the winning team used for the previous match will be in the following match in the series, but these bans do not carry over to any further matches in the series. So
yeah, so conquest bans previously, if you win one match, you get your ships that you used banned, and then you win a second match in a row, you get all of those ships banned. So like you get the 2. We kind of wanted to slacken that off a little bit, but also kind of make it so things got a little bit interesting, because previously conquest bans reset after match 3 for match 4 and 5. What happens
Basically,
here?
the better you do, the bigger the fuck you.
What happens here is that if you win match 1, then all of the ships that you used in match 1 are banned for match 2 for the team that wins. Then, whichever team wins match 2, all of the ships that they used in match 2 are banned.
And you can bring back stuff from match 1.
You can bring back the stuff from match 1, exactly.
Sweet. And I like that. That's pretty cool.
It's kind of a rolling system, so you could go to five matches and see like 4 different setups banned overall.
Which really makes the whole fun part about it is seeing as many different kind of setups that teams can bring and how deep the theory crafting goes, you know?
Yeah, and it's also that...
It also keeps it from getting ridiculous, right? I mean, in the AT, we had, 20 different ships banned?
In the AT, yeah, up to... well, actually, if you talk about conquest bans in terms of ships that were banned for teams, you would see one... Potentially, if you made it to match 5, you'd see one team with 20 ships banned, and then another team with 20 different ships banned. And it's just kind of weird at that point, right? You know, it wouldn't be 20 and 20, it wouldn't be a maximum of 40, but 25 to 30 ships banned for the entire final sets of matches. It's a lot. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be enjoyable and fun for people, especially, you know, the viewers in that sense.
That silence again. Please stop. Please.
We're never this silent.
I was wondering if that was just me.
You know why? You know why? Caleb's not here.
Yeah.
I'm going to point this out, Wingnut. You are allowed to talk.
Yeah, that's what I've been fucking doing every time. It's like, it goes quiet. I tell you guys it's fucking quiet. That's me talking.
Well, we know it's quiet.
Yeah, I mean, also, I just want to sit here and just start theory crafting for the fucking tournament. Like, my brain's somewhere else.
Basically, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to see exactly how twitchy we can make Soth with the quiet.
Like, just me and Rad at the moment, just kind of like theory crafting some shit. But like, already our brains are not even in here. We're over at the tournament right now, man. That's
yeah. I mean, you know, I'm kind of happy you guys did wait to drop it because I mean, a lot of guys on my team that I've are from the Boundary Experts team. And
you can call them turbo nerds. It's fine.
Yes,
they're turbo nerds. That's fine.
And like we've just been very silent and waiting. Like there'll be a PM or something like, hey, do you think it's me today? But that was a bit like that'd be it. Like we've just. If AT was a lot of drawn.
Also call them turbo nords. Just saying.
Yes, we can.
I think Doug will not want me to tell the story, but
oh, here we go.
You know, we were getting ready to post the announcement right after downtime today, and we were talking about some last minute changes. For example, we changed the sign up time to 1700.
Oh, you bastard!
1100 is a bit early for some people, right?
Yeah, man, that's way too early.
And so we agreed on changing that. I mean, we talked about are we both here to answer question when we drop this in like 45 minutes, and I went away to play some Tarkov, and I look at the clock and it's 10 minutes.
We talked about this an hour ahead of when we planned to release things.
Yeah, and
nice.
And I poked Dirk, being like, hey, so I made the spreadsheets and everything public, so the links will work and all of that, and I get no response. And
I may have fallen asleep for another 2.5 hours.
So yeah, I had already posted on our Discord that today's the day. Got everyone excited, and then nothing happened for 2.5 hours.
That's awesome.
And then I fucked up the links on a couple of things.
And you also forgot to change the sign up time, because I mean, he fell asleep right after that conversation.
Well, no, because it gets funnier than that. I think something that I fucked up that nobody quite verbalized properly is the fact that I actually managed to link to the announcement prep Google Doc instead of the rules in the announcement.
That's great.
Well played.
So question about ammo, Soth and Dirk. Is Tech 2, Tech 1 ammunition? So what? Pirate ammunition isn't and Navy isn't allowed?
I'm pretty sure it's in there.
Says all Tech 1 and Tech 2 ammunition and missiles and charges are allowed.
Pirate faction ammunition and missiles are
allowed. They are allowed.
And...
Okay. Are allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, just want to make sure.
Great.
I was scrolling through and I guess I scrolled past it too many times, so I just want to...
Yeah.
I was like,
Pirate faction, Navy faction ammo, missiles, and capacitor boosters are allowed, and pirate faction ammunition and missiles are allowed.
But no Tech 3.
No Tech 3 ammo. Absolutely.
I mean, if you can find it.
If you can find it and break the game in that way, then...
I like what Goonie DuPont said in chat about the gold ammo possible. That reminds me of 007.
I think our response
on the
to
N64,
gold ammo...
the one shot.
Hey,
okay, Powerall.
Well, golden gun, yeah.
You wanted to be all independent earlier, Dirk. You can reap it.
Our response to gold ammo is the same as our response to NFTs. No, never, stop.
Suck my nuts.
So Dirk's basically saying not yet.
Saying it's going to happen tomorrow. It's planned.
He's saying he doesn't understand it.
It's just all been planned. He's just not telling you yet. All the barbecue, mate. All been planned.
I'm really just happy to see if all the captains that you have in the ELO rating are going to start a team or not.
All of them. I really doubt that.
We've got more captains than we have slots.
I'll catch you guys later.
See you, Rendis.
See you in a bit.
Oh, man.
Rendis going to space meetings.
Yeah, the seeding thing has been a drama magnet today, but we're actually kind of interested to see how it works out.
I haven't even got to read up on any of that drama in the Discord. I just saw the announcement, shit posted, and then got down the ball.
You're only going to be seeing the half of the conversation that isn't the person who got banned.
Oh yeah,
that argument.
Well, fuck. I mean, yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, so the way it's going to work, basically, we've built an ELO rating for tournament matches. Back to the last 18, maybe the last Anger Games. I think we included the last Anger Games, right?
We did, yeah.
Yep.
Also,
did
the
we
Alliance
include
Open.
the Alliance Open? Oh, right. Yes. So all the way back to the Alliance Open.
But we
it's linked to the team captain.
Yeah, but we only included main event. So, like, winning in opens or in feeders or anything that's not the main event, we didn't include in the calculation.
Yeah. And basically...
How's the calculation work?
I'll let Soth deal with that. And Bardghost. Bardghost's been involved in the ELO.
Very complicated.
Yes.
Okay, broad strokes then. Like
some improvements.
Like why broad strokes and why is the ELO rating important in any way, shape, or form?
Okay, well, so broad strokes. For every match you play, if you win, you gain points. If you lose points, right? And how many points you win or lose depends on how strong your opponent is, or rather on their ELO rating, right? So if you win against a stronger opponent, you get more points, because obviously it was less likely that you would win. And if you lose against a stronger opponent, you lose less points, right? Because it was very likely that you would lose.
Okay. Question: if there's an ELO rating, do you have to get ready 1,000,000 times for it? Guys, get ready.
Considering that this isn't the AT and this is Anger Games, and you can basically make up a team out of nothing, like out of whichever, like friends, people people who are good at like AT stuff, right? Can you just make a brand new team that has a elo rating of 0, but like essentially is composed of like AT and sort of like esports tournament kind of veterans, and just go smash through in terms of the elo rating?
The way
the thing is,
it links to the team captain, right? So it links to the declared team captain. They could say that they have a new captain and have a team full of all old tournament nerds. That's fine. But if they do that, then they get the average elo, which is
2,000, right?
Stuff.
Yes, 2,000.
Yeah, it's 2,000.
Yeah.
And the thing is, sure, you could always like declare someone captain who doesn't have an elo rating yet. But the thing is, even if you have a low elo, that still can be an advantage for you, right? Because we will the whole seeding is about pitting you against opponents that are on your level, right? To even it out a bit more.
Yeah.
So
that's why I was wondering.
You might actually have a better chance of winning matches with a low elo if you stay with your low elo, right? And remember,
that's one of the reasons why I asked about the creating a brand new team with a low elo, like whether that's in a kind of a way, sort of trying to break the system.
I mean, you can always
which
try
is like
to break
each
the system,
player's goal.
But, I would say if you try to do that, you might actually get a worse result, right? And also remember that we also award prizes for every win you get. It doesn't matter how strong your opponent was, you still get prizes for simply winning a match, right?
Okay, that's cool.
And good prices of that.
Then they're not cheap.
So sure. So what this will lead to is that the weaker teams will go up against the really strong teams right for the first match, right? But then they will end up in the losers bracket with all the other weaker teams, which gives them a way better chance at actually winning matches in the losers bracket. With the old system, if you have it unseeded, what could happen is that two really strong teams go up against each other right in the first match. One of them gets kicked down in the feeders, and then all the weaker teams that are in the not the feeders in the losers bracket, and all the weaker teams down there basically have no chance against them, right?
You almost know who's going to be coming through the loser bracket.
And that happened in Anger Games last time.
The other thing that we haven't 100% decided, but we're fairly sold on, is that teams who go up against one another, they're not going to be seeded team number 1 to team number 32. We are pretty convinced that it's going to be a team number 1 to a team 16. But if people have huge arguments, I'm actually kind of convinced that we could go to a 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, and then a 9 versus 16 kind of format. But we're pretty sure it's going to be 1 versus 16, and then 17 versus 32. So you've kind of got those two kind of brackets.
Yeah, I like that.
Good teams versus bad
in my
teams.
opinion.
I say good teams versus bad teams. Good elo versus bad elo is really what I mean.
How would you want to preface it?
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at with the whole seeding team. We're seeding based on the elo, and then we're not going with huge, just fight whoever kind of thing.
at the end of the day, there's always the chance for an upset, right? So even if you go up against a Vitra team or I don't know, Localist Primary, someone like that, there's still the chance for an upset, and the chance for an upset early on is higher because no one's sure on the meta yet, right? So you could bring a comp that they totally don't expect in the first match, and suddenly you with your like really low elo are in the winners bracket, and you kick down a high elo team into the losers bracket. That can absolutely happen.
Yeah, and it's just because you had a fun idea that that actually works, right?
It's like either good comps or good mind games. Because one of my favorite things was Platinum Sensitivity. Just like, oh, you banned out Loki and Nighthawk. That's no worries. We're just going to bring Sleipnir Broadsword anyway. Stuff like that. If you know what you're doing with a good team, it doesn't matter what your elo is. You can still kick all the way up and beat the guys on top. It just requires just either playing well, having good comps, and having a good brain on your head.
Hey, so remember how I mentioned snuff feeding earlier? It's happening again.
Oh,
they're in 84- with a fucking Tempest Fleet issue fleet versus FRT.
Oof.
Going well.
Just trying to bait stuff out. Stop calling it out, Mike.
Well, unfortunately, with that, I do have to bail off, guys. So thank you so much for having me here.
Thanks, Wing.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure, Wing.
Have a good one, boys. I'll see
Happy
you
to
in
have
the
you on the
tournament.
team, buddy.
Yep, see you boys in the tournament. Woo!
That was very high pitched.
That was a little bit.
Very.
He's just excited. It's okay.
On this week's episode, how much can Tao feed?
He can feed a lot. Expect Praxises with a remote rep.
Sadly, I'm not going to be well, no, I will be around for the beginning of the Anger Games, but I won't be around for the later rounds, so I'm not going to put together a team.
I mean, you could always join an existing team.
I'm bad at solo
there's,
PvP.
there's a Goon Swarm team that is being put together. Well, an Imperium team being put together that we already know about.
No. Mike should clearly join the TNT team.
Why? So I don't fit a Sino on my Marshal and then get booshed?
I have no comment on that front.
Faction enams on a Marshal.
So yeah, we're in this weird place again where we have no idea how many teams will actually sign up.
We had this last year and we hated it. And we have it this year and we hate it. Last year we weren't sure if we were going to fill the tournament. And we ended up like cutting off finding new teams a bit before the tournament because you don't want to find new teams with like 2 weeks to go. But this year, right, I think we're kind of worried that there's going to be so many teams that we're going to have to tell a lot of people, sorry, but you kind of lost out in the lottery.
The thing is, though, the way we're running it, even if your team doesn't make it into the tournament, you can still join another team with your people, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like the Alliance tournament where you are locked to your alliance. I mean, there's still the mercenary rules, but I don't feel like many people are using that. In Anger Games, like, if you wanted to, you could make a team of 50% test and 50% goods, right?
Well,
you
like,
could totally do that.
My team is wildcard guys and like PL guys, and now I have a couple goons on the team too. And it's just like random like guys that I know that I want on my team throughout all of EVE. And I think that's really cool about Anger Games. That's what got me into it. Is just like the fact you just bring anyone you want and have a team and go have some fun. There's no huge expectations like the AT. There's no, like next year for AT, I don't want to have a big team ever again. But for Anger Games, I'll fucking field a full team. I don't care. I don't mind having 20 guys because they're all going to have some fun. They're all going to get their shot. That's the whole point, is get new guys involved. And that's what keeps this kind of community, like alive and thriving, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we haven't even decided on a cutoff on when you have to declare your roster by just yet. Like, we've kind of told you guys that you can have 20 people on your Thunderdome roster in terms of you get 20 accounts, but we haven't decided, like, when you need to declare your pilots by just yet.
Exactly. It'll be fun to see the teams that kind of want to have the low elo rating and go getting a bunch of matches and have to fight their way through the losers bracket. I know a lot of Hydra guys like when they before the was it AT16 where they got beat by, or was it 15? They got beat by Kalsif and had to run through the losers bracket to get to the finals versus Hydra. Like, they had to go through a lot of matches, and that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of matches to go that far and then have to, try to win it all. Like, so there's guys that definitely like to brawl and get as much I don't know, like, on field time or live time. I don't know how you want to I don't know how you want to describe that really, but it's just like, it's really fun just to like grind through teams, and it's I'm excited for this. This is huge. It's mostly because it's a lot more fun than it is like super serious. Like, it's serious because like I want to do it and I want to win, but I also want to have a lot of fun with it, And I think going through those lower brackets could really make the lower brackets kind of more of a spicy place to be,
Makes sense.
Or no?
I mean, maybe. We're kind of not sure how this is going to unfold, but it's going to be fun at the very least. We're super happy to be back, I guess, is really the best way to phrase that. We're really happy to be back and bring another tournament to the EVE community. So yeah.
Well, we thank you. And yes, I just spoke for the EVE community. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
How fucking dare you? How dare you?
So terrible. So what else? Let's see. What do we got here? You only got 12 minutes. 12 minutes left in the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Did anything else happen?
I don't know.
I'm really excited for martial law deployment tonight. Shit's gonna be lit.
That sounds interesting.
Is gonna be lit.
Yeah. Selling
I can't wait to move my toonies on and get some dank content.
Oh, make sure you got enough iskies and pack some decies in there as well.
Oh my god! I might have to kick you for that, Radicus. I might have
to. You can't kick him.
Oh, not from here.
You would have to ask Apple to do it.
He's talking about from the greatest SIG in all of Imperium.
It's not a SIG. It literally just got made a squad.
A squad, excuse me.
It's not CD, and therefore it's not the best.
I don't even know what that means, CD. What's that?
Corpse Diplo. The most inactive group in Goon.
Oh, okay.
CD means other things.
I mean, when you say CD, I think of CD Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys, so...
Oh, there you go.
But that's because I'm an American and I worship football.
You mean
that damn foosball?
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a Happy Gilmore, or Billy Madison. Like, once in a while, you just want to watch it, even though you know every single line and every single scene, and you're ready for it. It's still good.
I know. I'll tell you what, he has a deal with everybody, man. He's producing tons of stuff on Netflix.
Yeah,
and
it's almost like people like Adam Sandler.
Well, he's not even in every movie. Like, his wife and all his friends are in the movies. Sometimes he's not in it.
He doesn't need to be.
No, he doesn't.
He's already shown what he can do, you know?
Yep.
Imagine if Chris Farley would have still been alive, what he'd be doing now.
Oh, man.
I think he would have been in Step Brothers and not the other guy.
Yeah, probably.
For Halloween, I went to a party with some friends, and my two wrestling captains both dressed up as the guys from Step Brothers, and damn, did they fit the part.
That's awesome.
Like, one's a short fucker, one's a tall fucker. And can't speak about the rest of the things that happened that night, but it was fucking hilarious. Note to self, lightsaber dueling in Jedi when you're a Sith and you can't see straight, not a good idea.
Are you
caught up on caught up on the Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah, we can't. Don't. There's people who haven't probably seen it on stream.
I haven't seen it, so no spoilers.
Oh.
Watch it already, Dirk. Jesus,
it's so good. Like, anyone who says that it's not and they're getting bad reviews are those like Star Wars fans who are so self-entitled they think that they should, like, they are the ones that decide if it's good or not. Like, that's what happened to Jar Jar Binks. Like, everyone just didn't like him, even though he was poised to the same thing that Yoda did in Empire Strikes Back. In Attack of the Clones is reveal that he's the Sith, and all of a sudden they bring Dooku into this shit. They bring Dooku into this shit.
That's
he was
heavy fan theory there.
No, it isn't.
The most regardless of whether it's fan theory or not, it's the most amazing thing in the world.
Jar Jar is a Sith. No one can tell me otherwise.
No, they're like, you can't change my mind. Like, there's all the signs are there after, like, in Phantom Menace when you watch it. Like, it's all there. Like, it's the same thing. And even in Attack of the Clones, like, they killed him off more. They didn't kill him off, but they, like, basically nuked his plot to nothing because they had to, because everyone was complaining about it so hard. And, like, it's just terrible because I think it would have been a really good reveal because people have been super pissed. Like, and that would have been made even better. Like, people being mad about it, they're like, "Oh my!" Because it would have been such a shock, but it would have made sense.
It'd been like, yeah, it'd have been funny because it would have been like the second, like, I am your father style kind of like reveal thing that people would just be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, exactly. That what the fuck moment doesn't happen.
That doesn't make the rest of the movie, like the prequels, better though.
Okay,
like,
see, the prequels are probably the best canon, other than the original.
You understand the misdirection that's going on.
I was going to say,
because otherwise it's not misdirection; it's just being goofy for the sake of being goofy, which, like, just completely fucks with the like, it just cheapens the whole movie. Like,
you know what? At least
like in Yoda and in Empire Strikes Back, we didn't know what Yoda was, and that green creature hopped on. We had no idea.
And he was a bit quirky and a bit zany at the start, like when we first introduced to him, right?
Yeah, but they didn't keep that up for the entire movie.
Okay, but you can't, when you're revealing a Sith like that, like, Yoda had to be.
Yeah, but it's not.
It was a different story. Jar Jar,
it's not just
all his, like, you don't have a character move his lips and make hand motions like, like that, and not like, why would they do that in the movie, like have him making motions while people are saying in like specific scenes like what's going to happen or what they think should happen, and then that influences other people's actions. Like, it's all there, it's all laid out, and they definitely I just it's kind of too bad that they didn't run with it, because I think he would have been a really good Sith Lord, because everyone had already hated him so much because he's so goofy for an entire movie, and they're like, oh, why was he like that? Like imagine the what the fuck moment you would have had when that did happen. Like, you'd have been like, what the heck? I hate that guy. And it's like the perfect protagonist for in Jedi stuff. Like, it's I mean.
People would also be kind of like I knew there was something about him that I didn't like.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I knew there was just something, like, and I always was like, there's something I didn't like right away about Jar Jar, but I didn't think he was terrible. Like, yeah, he spoke like Jamaican and it sounded really weird. Me saw that, and said stupid shit. But it's like, okay, you can't be just that dumb, Like, there's a reason.
The thing is,
without a reason, it just seemed like a fucking cheap shot at, like, all sorts of different things, which was just it was just felt horrible.
I feel like that's giving George Lucas more credit than he actually should get. Because wait, let me finish.
Possibly because
Ross Pro, I will hold on.
If you look into the making of the first
movies,
one,
it was saved in the edit room.
It was saved by everyone but George Lucas, right? Because he wasn't a big director then, right? So people had no problem with telling him that what he was planning to do was dumb, right? And they also changed the entire movie when they edited it. Like they changed everything around in the editing room. It like the first Star Wars movie we got was not at all how George Lucas envisioned it, right? And that's the difference.
Yeah, the first edit
the
was
prequels,
fucking terrible.
Because for the prequels, all of a sudden George Lucas was such a big name that no one dared to tell him that he couldn't do a scene like he wanted to. That his
there was
wouldn't hit, right?
There was making of documentaries of the first three, I think, or the first two, something like that. Like I can't remember what it was, but like it was just really funny because a lot of the footage was where he was making, obviously George Lucas was coming in making decisions, and you could just see a lot of people in the room just being like super awkward, kind of going like, just in their head they're like, this is a fucking terrible idea, but I'm not gonna fucking tell George Lucas that. You can do it yourself if you want.
So just a quick update here. NC Dot showed up from their deployment, this time in tornadoes. Snuff is getting hazed. Snuff has lost one fac so far, and a bunch of fucking boosters. Like, they're literally getting farmed by Frat supers. This is all Frat staging Keepstar, so Frat is just skynetting over.
Yeah. They got some Nixes and their Skynet, and some Nixes and some carriers and their Skynetting stuff over.
The ironic part is, yesterday, 10% of the damage was done by a singular Nix.
Oof.
Yeah, a singular Nix did 10% of the total damage out of like 500 people.
You know what the lows on that Nix look like?
Oh yeah. But also they never defanged him. The whole time he didn't get defanged. This one Nix. They defanged all the fucking carriers, but not the Nix.
Fucking like, oh, it's they're heavy fighters, it's fine. Like they're gonna be missing all the time. Nope. No, when you've got lows, all of your lows are DDAs and all your mids are fucking was it Omnis, right? Jesus.
All right, boys. I'm gonna go to Dog Park with fam. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited for this, and I look forward to Anger Games and everything we'll get to do together. It's gonna be good.
Cool.
It's great having you,
Radicals. Yeah,
thanks, guys.
You better be around tonight, Radicos.
Bro, that's why I'm going AFK now, because if I don't, then I get in trouble for playing tonight too. So,
true.
I have blocked out a 100 and passed.
Nice. Damn it, you weren't supposed to say it on stream!
Oh, shit. Yeah, like anyone's gonna do anything anyways. Bunch of fucking puppies trying to be herfing blurfing, but they can't do shit. See you guys.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.
In a sudden twist to the story that's going on in Fortec HWWF, they did kill a mobile observatory, so props.
They got a mobile observatory.
Yep.
That's gonna pay. You know what? I mean, it's not like it's Tau. Tau has more than enough ISK, but like, it's just funny to me just seeing stuff. This is their second attempt. This is like M2 snuff edition.
Hey, let's just. You never know. Like this may be like them sort of like.
Maybe this is 1,000 IQ place.
They're putting blood into the water and making them more confident. So and then they'll this is how to bait like long term style. It is you get them overconfident and then you bring the pain.
Tau drops the entire Snuff Titan fleet in fucking FRT staging.
Yep. I mean that sounds like Snuff.
I mean, did he? I wonder if he went to Elo Knight's School of Super FCing.
I don't know. Maybe.
It seems like an Elo move. Like drops Titan.
I'm just saying, the last time, like, when people underestimate Snuff is when basically Snuff ends up, like, fucking you over.
You mean feeds threats to bait out Titans?
Yeah.
Not that
I've learned to sort of
something like that.
I've learned to respect Snuff. I may not like some of the stuff that they do, but I learned to respect them.
I respect them. I just find it very funny because it's like it's been a while since we've seen like a decent Snuff feed. Like it's been a good bit. Yeah, the last one I remember, which wasn't even really a feed, it's just like dread prices are fucked, was when they went for that FRT rag.
What's a rag? You look at it funny and it fucking blows up.
I mean,
their only escape is to be
nowadays.
too fast so you don't see it. I mean, just look what happened to just look what happened to Brisk's rag. Like, he got it and it disappeared in the cloud of fucking rust. Like a couple of weeks later.
I mean, at least he didn't lose it like Robin lost his. Dies to NPC.
I don't know how. I don't know. Oh, okay.
A dude who lost his rag to the NPC.
That would be bad.
That's what I was referencing.
Yeah. No. Brisk was at least, cognizant enough to lose it in PvP, which really is the only way that you should actually lose a Titan. If you lose it to NPCs, you're a fucking idiot. I mean, unless there are unless there's extenuating situations, obviously.
Yeah, I got some stuff I got to get done, so I'll see you guys.
All right, see you.
Yeah,
it's actually it's 3:02. We got to do our one last thing anyway. Yeah. Go around with those who have remained here. So Bargas, we'll start with you, brother.
Well, I've been having fun playing DCS in the background. I never thought it could be this good.
What is DCS?
DCS being what?
DCS is a flight sim, but it's military flight sim.
Oh, is that the F-14, F-16, F-35 conversation?
Digital combat simulator.
Combat simulator.
I'm a bit too hooked.
94% of Google users like this.
Not shocked.
I just Google. All I did was Google it. Like I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, anyway, Dirk. One last thing.
I think the only thing that I have to talk about in terms of my one last thing is Anger Games has been announced today, and we'll be looking forward to bringing that to you later on. I mean, I know this show has really just had an absolute dearth of any sort of tournament conversation.
I mean, really, Dirk, you should have actually set up a show for it for that kind of thing. Like,
yeah, maybe we should have done
that. Possibly invited some guests.
Maybe that would help.
But yeah, so that happened. We're very happy to be doing the thing again. We will see you in May for the Anger Games.
We're doing the thing again. I like that. Doing the thing again. That's Anger Games. What? How many are there? This is number what?
This is Anger Games 5. It's taking place on the weekends of May 28th, 29th, also June 3rd and 4th, or 4th and 5th. Excuse me while I consult my calendar. Yeah, weekends of the 28th and 29th of May, as well as the 4th and 5th, and 11th and 12th of June. You can sign up by going to the Anger Games Discord server. We have a Reddit post up. It gives you a full description of how you sign up, including where you need to post your team name, your team captain. Sign-ups will be open from February 5th to February 19th and will cost 2,500 Plex, sent to a particular character in-game that is listed in the rules. We're very glad to be back, and yeah.
Considering this is the 5th installment of the Anger Games saga, surely it should just be called Anger 5.
We were thinking about that.
So does that mean Anger Games 3 should have been Anger 3?
Anger 5, Furious 5.
There you go. The Furious Anger 5. All right, folks.
No, Anger Games 3 was Anger Games Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
And then so what did we say was the name for Anger Games 3B? Which did exist because the original Anger Games 3 was cancelled for a bit.
3B.
Well, I mean, if we're going on, what we think we're going on, then it's not the Anger Games 3, it's Anger Games 3. Or just Anger Games.
Oh, excuse me.
It should just be Anger Games. So you're fine, you're fine. Works.
Yeah,
Totally fine.
around that. Sothersel's one last thing, I guess.
Yeah, one thing we didn't announce yet, as last time, we will be accepting ads again that we will play during the tournament. So if you would like to represent your alliance, your corporation, or just anything else related to EVE, there will be details about what format we need the ad to be in. But it's going to be fairly standard stuff.
It's going to be very similar to the last time. 15-second kind of timeline, things like that. Make sure there's no copyright shit. And yeah, we'll post a full thing, and we'll make sure that it's announced and everything. But those are your rough guidelines: 15 seconds and no copyright shit.
Yep, make sure it's 320
format.
Make sure it's 320p at 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah.
The 4:3 aspect ratio, I think, actually is probably pretty close to what we want.
No, 16:9.
Check that.
It's 16:9.
Good try, Doc.
4.3 is old school.
I haven't looked at those guidelines in like 10 months. Fuck off.
Hey, if you want to make like a really retro style thing, then just export it as 16:9, but make sure that those black bars are on either side.
Bars.
Yeah.
So anybody wants to make an ad for the Push Talk Show? We need somebody to make an ad for us. I think, eh?
We accept any format whatsoever. Because, fuck it. We have no standards.
No quality standards. No nothing.
Barriers, and we're not into barriers.
All right, so who's next here? You're up, McLeod.
Oh, interestingly enough, I was going to add something to the whole, film kind of thing. I found a film that actually has a worse love story than Twilight.
Oh my god, really?
No way.
Is that possible?
I didn't think it was possible, but I watched a video, watched something on YouTube that brought something home that I was suspecting to some degree. But you know the whole 50 Shades of Grey thing.
Yeah.
Do you realize that in actual fact that was just a spun up version of a fan fiction variant of Twilight?
Really?
That's all that was.
It was the worst. I mean, the worst writing ever. I mean, Jesus Christ.
They literally just changed some names around some locations and changed the sort of secret that the dude had. And yeah, essentially, it was just basically an erotic fanfic version of Twilight.
Well, a lot of people made a lot of money off that, didn't they?
Yep. And apparently the film was actually a lot better than the books. Who fucking knew? Anyway, that was my one thing. Just so you just so you all know. It was the video that I saw about it was basically from the same guys who did that that 2.5 hour, 2 3/4 hour long like just tour de force about NFTs. It's a YouTube channel called Folding Ideas. Fucking great. Like it's actually got some really good stuff in it.
Cool.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I'm
Magic
just
to the
going to
world.
say thank you to our guests that came in today. Thanks, Soth, for doing all you do for Anger Games, as well as you, Barghost and Dirk. It's just one of the better things I think that we do in the game. So with that said, I appreciate everybody, and we have in about 50 minutes the Meta Show. All right, everybody. You have a great weekend. See ya.
Nice.